The Galactic Council was a place of order, knowledge, and absolute control. It had ruled for thousands of years, overseeing the rise and fall of countless civilizations across the stars. There were rules, strict and unbreakable. One of them was never to interfere with primitive worlds. Some planets advanced naturally, while others crumbled under their own wars and mistakes. That was the way of the universe. Earth was one of those silent worlds, a forgotten planet at the edge of the galaxy. It had no voice in the grand politics of the stars, no fleets moving between systems, no great achievements recorded in the archives of alien empires. For the galaxy, Earth simply did not matter. That was why, when a distress signal suddenly emerged from the planet, it caused little more than mild curiosity. The message was weak, distorted, and barely understandable. The translation machines of the Council struggled to decode it. The words were strange, yet filled with something that caught the attention of those who listened. Asterisk asterisk, a challenge asterisk asterisk. The message was not a call for help, it was a warning. Many species dismissed it. The Council itself ignored it, seeing no reason to be concerned over a world that had never even stepped beyond its own star. But one empire did not ignore it. The Vash-Ari Dominion, a brutal and expanding force in the galaxy, saw it differently. To them, Earth was not a mystery. It was an opportunity. Hashtag asterisk asterisk. The arrival of the invaders asterisk asterisk. A fleet of dark warships moved through the void of space, heading straight for Earth. The Vash-Ari had conquered countless worlds before, and this one would be no different. If the planet had any defenses, they would be weak, outdated. If it had warriors, they would be untrained. The fleet's commander stood at the bridge of his massive flagship, staring at the blue planet as it grew larger on the screen. "Pathetic," he muttered. "They don't even see us coming." The first scout ships descended into the atmosphere, gliding over the surface like silent predators. The capital cities were huge, filled with towering buildings, complex roads, and signs of once thriving life. But something was wrong. Where were the people? The streets were empty. No soldiers, no civilians, nothing but the wind and shadows. The invaders scanned for life signs, but found only silence. The entire planet was like a ghost town. "This is not normal," one of the Vash-Ari officers said. "Where is the resistance?" They had expected chaos, panic, and attempted fighting back. But there was nothing. Something was wrong. Hashtag asterisk asterisk. The hidden threat asterisk asterisk. As the Vash-Ari explored deeper, they began to pick up strange signals, hidden radio waves moving through the air. Some were ancient transmissions, recordings of voices, music, and old battles. Others were newer, encrypted messages bouncing between satellites that should not have been operational. "Someone is here," the commander growled. "They are watching us." The fleet in orbit tried to contact the ground forces, but the signals were distorted. Interference. Jamming. Then, without warning, one of the scout ships exploded in the sky. It was not an accident. A missile, launched from a hidden installation deep in the mountains, had taken it down. Before the invaders could react, more missiles shot from the surface, hitting their forces with deadly precision. The silent world was silent no longer. From the depths of the ocean, massive submarines surfaced, launching devastating attacks on the enemy ships above. Stealth fighters, hidden in underground hangars, suddenly roared into the sky, firing railguns and plasma cannons. Earth had been waiting. The invasion had not caught humanity off guard. It had triggered a trap. The Vash-Ari fleet, once confident and proud, was now in chaos. Ships fell from the sky like burning metal, crashing into the oceans and deserts below. The ground forces, cut off from their commanders, tried to retreat but found themselves surrounded. Hidden bunkers opened, revealing thousands of armed soldiers, their weapons advanced beyond what the invaders had imagined. This was not a primitive world. This was not a helpless species. The humans had been silent because they chose to be. And now, they had spoken. The Vash'ari fleet had expected an easy victory. They had conquered countless worlds before, and Earth was supposed to be no different. The plan was simple: land, take control, and crush any resistance. But now, as explosions filled the skies and their forces fell into chaos, they realized something terrifying. They had made a mistake. Earth was not weak. It was waiting. Hashtag, 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 asterisk, asterisk. A deadly silence, asterisk, asterisk. The Vash'ari commander stood on the bridge of his flagship, his sharp eyes watching the battlefield unfold on the holographic screens. His once mighty fleet was under attack. Hidden weapons, unseen defenses, and advanced war machines had appeared from nowhere. His officers panicked. "Our ground teams are cut off," one shouted. "They are not responding. Multiple ships destroyed. Human forces are targeting our landing zones." The commander clenched his fists. "Impossible," he muttered. "They are primitives. They have never left their own system." But the evidence was clear. The humans were fighting with technology that should not have existed on such an isolated world. Their missiles were too fast, their railguns too precise, their stealth fighters too advanced. Their strategy was not that of a primitive species. It was calculated, ruthless. It was war. Hashtag, 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 asterisk, asterisk. The trapped invaders, asterisk, asterisk. On the surface, Vash'ari soldiers moved cautiously through the abandoned cities. Their scanners picked up strange readings, ghostly signals, shifting energy patterns, strange noises in the distance. It felt like the planet itself was playing tricks on them. Then the attacks began. Walls exploded, revealing hidden cannons that tore through enemy troops. Underground tunnels opened, allowing human commandos to strike without warning. Even the buildings were deadly, booby-trapped with smart explosives that detonated when the invaders got too close. Panic spread through the alien ranks. "This planet is cursed," one soldier whispered. "Not cursed," another replied, his voice shaking. "It's a trap." The Vash'ari soldiers were highly trained, but they had never faced an enemy like this. The humans did not fight in open battles like other species. They did not charge foolishly into gunfire. They struck from the shadows. A squad of invaders took cover in an empty warehouse, trying to regroup. Suddenly, the lights flickered. A low humming sound filled the air. Then, the attack came. Drones, small and silent, dropped from the ceiling. They moved too fast to shoot. Within seconds, the entire squad was eliminated, their bodies falling to the cold concrete floor. There were no survivors. Hashtag, 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 asterisk, asterisk. The sky burns, asterisk, asterisk. In orbit, the Vash'ari fleet was struggling. Their warships, once feared across the galaxy, were being destroyed one by one. Earth's defenses had been hidden for years, disguised as harmless satellites and abandoned space stations. Now, they came to life. Long-range cannons fired from the moon's surface. Asteroids, secretly turned into massive mines, detonated when enemy ships came too close. The humans had turned space itself into a battlefield. The flagship shook as another explosion rocked its hull. The commander steadied himself, his rage growing. "How?" he growled. "How can a world so small defy us?" He looked at the planet below, at the burning remains of his forces. For the first time in his long career, he felt something unfamiliar. Fear. Hashtag, 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 asterisk, asterisk. The hidden army, asterisk, asterisk. Deep beneath Earth's surface, in a high-tech command center, human generals watched the battle unfold. Screens displayed enemy movements, intercepted communications, and real-time attacks. A tall officer stepped forward, arms crossed. "They expected an easy victory," he said. "They thought we were helpless." A younger soldier smirked. "They should have done their research." The officer nodded. "They don't know the truth." For years, humanity had been preparing for this moment. While the galaxy ignored them, they had been watching, studying, learning. And now, They were ready. Hashtag, 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 asterisk, asterisk, no mercy, asterisk, asterisk. The Vash-Eri commander knew the battle was lost. His fleet was burning, his soldiers trapped, his communications failing. He had two choices, surrender or retreat. But as he opened a channel to call for reinforcements, a message appeared on his screen. A human face, cold, unforgiving. "This is Earth," the voice said. "Leave now or be destroyed." The commander's blood turned to ice. This was no desperate plea. It was a warning, and he knew with absolute certainty. Asterisk, asterisk, humanity would not stay silent anymore, asterisk, asterisk. The Vash-Eri fleet had expected an easy victory. They had conquered countless worlds before, and Earth was supposed to be no different. The plan was simple: land, take control, and crush any resistance. But now, as explosions filled the skies and their forces fell into chaos, they realized something terrifying. They had made a mistake. Earth was not weak. It was waiting. Hashtag, 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 asterisk, asterisk, a deadly silence, asterisk, asterisk. The Vash-Eri commander stood on the bridge of his flagship, his sharp eyes watching the battlefield unfold on the holographic screens. His once mighty fleet was under attack. Hidden weapons, unseen defenses, and advanced war machines had appeared from nowhere. His officers panicked. "Our ground teams are cut off," one shouted. "They are not responding. Multiple ships destroyed. Human forces are targeting our landing zones." The commander clenched his fists. "Impossible," he muttered. "They are primitives. They have never left their own system." But the evidence was clear. The humans were fighting with technology that should not have existed on such an isolated world. Their missiles were too fast, their railguns too precise, their stealth fighters too advanced. Their strategy was not that of a primitive species. It was calculated, ruthless. It was war. Hashtag, 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 asterisk, asterisk, the trapped invaders, asterisk, asterisk. On the surface, Vash-Eri soldiers moved cautiously through the abandoned cities. Their scanners picked up strange readings, ghostly signals, shifting energy patterns, strange noises in the distance. It felt like the planet itself was playing tricks on them. Then the attacks began. Walls exploded, revealing hidden cannons that tore through enemy troops. Underground tunnels opened, allowing human commandos to strike without warning. Even the buildings were deadly, booby-trapped with smart explosives that detonated when the invaders got too close. Panic spread through the alien ranks. "This planet is cursed," one soldier whispered. "Not cursed," another replied, his voice shaking. "It's a trap." The Vash-Eri soldiers were highly trained, but they had never faced an enemy like this. The humans did not fight in open battles like other species. They did not charge foolishly into gunfire. They struck from the shadows. A squad of invaders took cover in an empty warehouse, trying to regroup. Suddenly, the lights flickered. A low humming sound filled the air. Then the attack came. Drones, small and silent, dropped from the ceiling. They moved too fast to shoot. Within seconds, the entire squad was eliminated, their bodies falling to the cold concrete floor. There were no survivors. Hashtag, 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 asterisk, asterisk, the sky burns, asterisk, asterisk. In orbit, the Vash-Eri fleet was struggling. Their warships, once feared across the galaxy, were being destroyed one by one. Earth's defenses had been hidden for years, disguised as harmless satellites and abandoned space stations. Now, they came to life. Long-range cannons fired from the moon's surface. Asteroids, secretly turned into massive mines, detonated when enemy ships came too close. The humans had turned space itself into a battlefield. The flagship shook as another explosion rocked its hull. The commander steadied himself, his rage growing. "How?" he growled. "How can a world so small defy us?" He looked at the planet below, at the burning remains of his forces. For the first time in his long career, he felt something unfamiliar. Fear. ###****. The Hidden Army ****. Deep beneath Earth's surface, in a high-tech command center, human generals watched the battle unfold. Screens displayed enemy movements, intercepted communications, and real-time attacks. A tall officer stepped forward, arms crossed. "They expected an easy victory," he said. "They thought we were helpless." A younger soldier smirked. "They should have done their research." The officer nodded. "They don't know the truth." For years, humanity had been preparing for this moment. While the galaxy ignored them, they had been watching, studying, learning. And now, they were ready. ###****. No mercy ****. The Vash-Eri commander knew the battle was lost. His fleet was burning, his soldiers trapped, his communications failing. He had two choices: surrender or retreat. But as he opened a channel to call for reinforcements, a message appeared on his screen. A human face. Cold, unforgiving. "This is Earth," the voice said. "Leave now, or be destroyed." The commander's blood turned to ice. This was no desperate plea. It was a warning. And he knew, with absolute certainty, humanity would not stay silent anymore. The Vash-Eri fleet had escaped, but not all of them. The wreckage of their mighty warships still burned in Earth's orbit, a graveyard of metal and fire. Their once glorious invasion force was reduced to a handful of fleeing ships, running back to their empire like wounded animals. But humanity was not done. They had won the battle. Now it was time to strike back. ###****. The Hidden Army ****. Deep beneath the surface of Earth, inside a high-tech military base, human commanders stood around a holographic display. The enemy fleet's escape route was marked, their trajectory leading straight to the Vash-Eri Dominion. A young officer leaned forward. "They think they can just leave." His voice was filled with quiet fury. "They attacked us, killed our people. They don't get to run." The commander nodded. His face was calm, but his eyes were cold. "No, they don't." He turned to the others. "Send the signal." Across Earth, hidden bases came to life. Massive underground doors slid open, revealing towering warships that had never been seen by alien eyes. These were not ships built for exploration. They were built for war. For years, Earth had prepared in secret. While the galaxy ignored them, humanity had been building an army in the shadows. Now that army was ready to move. ###****. The war fleet rises ****. From the dark side of the moon, massive warships emerged. Their sleek black hulls reflected the cold light of space. They moved in perfect formation, their engines humming with deadly power. From deep space, hidden human outposts sent reinforcements, stealth cruisers, assault carriers, and fast-moving attack ships. This was not a desperate defense. This was a counterattack. The lead ship, a massive battlecruiser, sent a single message to the fleet. ****, begin pursuit. ****. The hunt had begun. ###, The chase ****. The surviving Vash-Eri ships fled at full speed, their damaged engines struggling to hold together. Their commander sat in his chair, staring at the screen, his face pale with fear. "They're following us," an officer whispered. The commander's claws tightened around the armrest. "Impossible. Humans do not have interstellar travel." But the sensors did not lie. The human fleet was moving faster than they should have been able to. They were catching up. "How?" the officer asked, his voice shaking. "How did they build ships like this?" No one had an answer. The truth was terrifying. Humanity had been in space for longer than anyone had known. They had spread beyond their homeworld in secret, building hidden fleets, secret colonies, and advanced weapons. The Vash-Eri had believed Earth was an isolated, primitive world. They had never been more wrong. Hashtag asterisk asterisk. The first strike asterisk asterisk. The human fleet caught up near a barren, lifeless moon. There was no warning, no demands, no mercy. The first human warship opened fire. A beam of energy, precise and powerful, cut through the hull of a Vash-Airy cruiser. The ship exploded instantly, its wreckage scattering into the void. The other enemy ships tried to maneuver, but the humans were too fast. Fighter squadrons darted through the battlefield, dodging enemy fire with impossible skill. Railgun slugs tore through alien armor. Missiles found their targets with deadly accuracy. This was not a fair fight. This was a slaughter. The Vash-Airy commander watched as his fleet was destroyed, ship by ship. His officers were shouting, trying to coordinate defenses, but it was useless. "This is not war," he whispered. "This is execution." Hashtag asterisk asterisk, no escape asterisk asterisk. The last remaining enemy ship tried to activate its jump drive, but before it could, a human destroyer moved in front of it, blocking its path. A message came through the Vash-Airy's screen. A human officer appeared, calm, expressionless. "This is what happens when you attack Earth," the officer said. "There is no escape." The enemy commander clenched his fists. "We surrender." The human officer's face did not change, not accepted. A second later, the human ship fired. The Vash-Airy flagship erupted into flames, torn apart in a final fiery explosion. The battle was over. Hashtag asterisk asterisk, a warning to the galaxy asterisk asterisk. Back on Earth, in the hidden command center, the human leaders watched the destruction of the enemy fleet. One of them turned to the commander. "What now?" The commander exhaled slowly. "Now we make sure no one else makes the same mistake." A message was sent, not just to the Vash-Airy, but to every major empire in the galaxy. Asterisk Earth was silent because we chose to be. You should have left us alone. Asterisk. And across the stars, those who heard the message felt the same thing. Fear. The destruction of the Vash-Airy invasion fleet sent shockwaves across the galaxy. For centuries, the Vash-Airy dominion had been a symbol of power, feared by weaker civilizations. They had crushed countless worlds without mercy. But now, they were the ones who had been crushed. By Earth, a planet that was supposed to be primitive, a species that was supposed to be weak. And yet, they had not only defended themselves, they had hunted down the survivors and wiped them out. The galaxy was watching, and they were afraid. Hashtag asterisk. The Council's emergency meeting asterisk. In a distant part of the universe, inside the Great Galactic Council, representatives of powerful empires gathered in a massive hall. The room was filled with murmurs, nervous whispers, and uneasy glances. A towering reptilian leader slammed his fist on the table. "This is unacceptable. A minor species has dared to challenge the balance of power." A slender, blue-skinned diplomat from another empire nodded. Earth was not even considered worthy of contact, and yet they have hidden their strength for years. "This is a threat to all of us." An insectoid ambassador clicked its mandibles. "If they could destroy the Vash-Airy so easily, what will they do next?" Silence followed. That was the true fear. Humanity had not just defended itself, it had struck back. It had sent a message to the entire galaxy. Asterisk. We are not prey. We are hunters asterisk. Hashtag asterisk. The Vash-Airy's desperation asterisk. Far away, in the heart of the Vash-Airy dominion, the Supreme Overlord sat on his throne, his claws digging into the armrests. His once mighty fleet had been shattered, his warriors slaughtered, by a species he had barely even considered a threat. His advisors stood before him, trembling. "We must retaliate," one said. "We must show the galaxy that we are still strong." The Overlord's eyes burned with rage. "And how do you suggest we do that?" He growled. "Our forces are crippled. Our enemies watch us like vultures. waiting for weakness. He stood up suddenly, towering over his advisors. "This is no longer a simple war," he said. "This is about survival." The room fell silent. The meaning was clear. If the Vash'ari did not act fast, their entire empire could collapse. Hashtag, 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 asterisk, asterisk. The secret plan, asterisk, asterisk. The Overlord turned to his most trusted general. "Prepare the Shadow Fleet," he ordered. A ripple of shock passed through the room. The Shadow Fleet was a hidden force, never revealed to the galaxy. Built in secret, its ships were deadlier, faster, and armed with experimental weapons. It was their last chance. "We will strike Earth again," the Overlord declared, but not as invaders. His eyes glowed with dark intent. "We will destroy them from within." Hashtag, 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 asterisk, asterisk, Earth's next move, asterisk, asterisk. Back on Earth, inside an underground war room, human leaders studied intelligence reports. They knew the war was not over. A military officer pointed to the holographic display. "We've intercepted transmissions. The Vash'ari are planning something." Another officer nodded. "They will not attack openly this time. They know they can't win that way." The Supreme Commander of Earth's forces leaned forward, his face unreadable. "Then we will strike first." A hush fell over the room. "Sir," one officer hesitated. "Are you suggesting?" "Yes," the commander said firmly. "It's time to take the fight to them." Hashtag, 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 asterisk, asterisk. The silent fleet moves, asterisk, asterisk. Deep in space, far from any known star systems, a fleet of human warships activated their engines. Their hulls were designed for stealth, their weapons made for precision strikes. They did not move like an invading force. They moved like assassins. Their target, asterisk, asterisk, the heart of the Vash'ari Dominion, asterisk, asterisk. Humanity had waited long enough. Now, they would show the galaxy the true meaning of war. The silent human fleet drifted through the void, unseen, undetected. Each warship was coded in stealth technology, absorbing enemy radar signals and blending into the darkness of space. They moved like shadows, silent hunters in the night. Their target, asterisk, asterisk, the Vash'ari homeworld, asterisk, asterisk. This was not an invasion. It was a message written in fire. Hashtag, 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 asterisk, asterisk, inside the Vash'ari Dominion, asterisk, asterisk. The Vash'ari homeworld, Vashera Prime, was the heart of a once mighty empire. Towering spires stretched into the sky, neon lights flickered across endless cities, and warships patrolled the planet's orbit. The people of Vashera Prime lived in comfort, believing their empire was untouchable. They had no idea what was coming. Hashtag, 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 asterisk, asterisk. The first strike, asterisk, asterisk. The human fleet moved into position. Every target had been carefully chosen. Military bases, weapons factories, shipyards. There would be no warning, no chance for the Vash'ari to defend themselves. A single order was given. Asterisk, asterisk, commence operation. Asterisk, asterisk. From the darkness, missiles launched. They tore through space, silent and deadly. The first explosions erupted across the planet's surface, lighting up the night sky. Military bases crumbled. War factories were reduced to fire and ash. The attack was precise, calculated. Every strike weakened the Vash'ari, cutting deep into their strength. Panic spread like wildfire. Hashtag, 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 asterisk, asterisk. The enemy awakens, asterisk, asterisk. On the ground, alarms screamed across the cities. The Vash'ari High Command scrambled to respond. "Who is attacking us?" a general roared. His officers struggled for answers. "Our sensors detected no incoming ships, no distress signals, no warnings. They came from nowhere." The general clenched his fists. He knew the truth before anyone spoke the words. "Humans," he growled. The same species they had called weak. The same world they had tried to conquer. And now, those same humans were inside the Vash'ari Dominion, tearing it apart from within. Hashtag 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 asterisk asterisk. The fall of the Shadow Fleet asterisk asterisk. The Vashary's last hope. The Shadow Fleet was still docked at a hidden space station near their homeworld. It was their most advanced fleet, their secret weapon. But the humans had already found it. A group of human destroyers broke formation, heading straight for the station. Before the Vashari could react, the first barrage hit. Explosions rippled across the station, tearing through the docked ships before they could launch. The Shadow Fleet never even got a chance to fight. It was over before it began. Hashtag 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 asterisk asterisk no escape asterisk asterisk. On Vashera Prime, the Overlord watched in horror as his empire burned. He had spent years building his power, crushing weaker civilizations, believing no one could challenge the Vashari. Now, in a matter of hours, everything was falling apart. A transmission came through his command center. A human officer appeared on the screen, his expression cold. "This is for Earth," he said. Then the screen cut to black. A final explosion rocked the city. The central command tower, the symbol of Vashari dominance, collapsed in a cloud of fire and smoke. The Overlord fell to his knees. His empire was gone. His people were broken. The war was over. Hashtag 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 asterisk asterisk. A new power rises asterisk asterisk. Far above the burning planet, the human fleet watched in silence. They had done what no one had ever dared to do. They had destroyed a galactic superpower, but they were not here to conquer. They had no interest in ruling the Vashari. They had only one purpose: to send a message. To the galaxy. To anyone who would ever think of attacking Earth again. The message was simple. Asterisk asterisk, we were silent. Now we are heard. Asterisk asterisk. With their mission complete, the human fleet turned and vanished back into the void. And across the universe, civilizations watched in fear. Humanity was no longer just another species. They were a force. They were warriors. And they had just begun. The war was over. The once mighty Vashari dominion lay in ruins, its homeworld crippled, its fleets shattered. The empire that had ruled for centuries, crushing weaker civilizations, had been humbled by a species it had once ignored. Humanity had not just defended itself, it had changed the balance of the galaxy forever. But even as the last fires died out on Vashera Prime, the war's true consequences were only beginning. Hashtag 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 asterisk asterisk. The silent aftermath asterisk asterisk. In the vast darkness of space, human warships moved away from the burning remains of the Vashari homeworld. They had no interest in ruling the planet or enslaving its people. That was not their way. The goal had never been conquest. It had been asterisk asterisk revenge asterisk asterisk. Aboard the lead battlecruiser, the supreme commander of Earth's forces stood before a holographic screen, watching live footage from Vashera Prime. The planet's cities smoldered, its people wandering in shock. The once proud warriors of the Dominion were now nothing more than survivors, lost and broken. An officer approached. "Sir, our forces are pulling back. The mission is complete." The commander gave a slow nod. "And the galaxy?" The officer hesitated before answering. Terrified. Hashtag 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 asterisk asterisk. The Galactic Council's dilemma asterisk asterisk. In the heart of the Great Galactic Council, chaos erupted. Leaders of dozens of empires, who once ignored humanity, now whispered in fear. They destroyed the Vashari, one reptilian ambassador hissed. An empire that ruled for centuries, wiped out in days. An insectoid diplomat clicked its mandibles nervously. If they could do this to the Vashari, what will they do to the rest of us? A deep voice echoed through the chamber. They will not attack without reason. The others turned toward the speaker, an elder from one of the oldest civilizations. His species had observed humanity for years, studying their history. They do not seek power. They do not seek control. But if you threaten them, they will destroy you without hesitation. The chamber fell silent. The message was clear. Asterisk asterisk, humanity was not the enemy, unless someone made them one asterisk asterisk. Hashtag 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 asterisk asterisk, the Vashary's fate asterisk asterisk. Back on Vashera Prime, the once mighty overlord stood in the ruins of his palace, his empire gone. His people, once rulers of the stars, were now nothing more than scattered survivors. A transmission came through. A human officer appeared on the broken screen. "The war is over," the officer said. His voice was cold, but not cruel. "Your people will live, but your empire is finished." The overlord clenched his fists. "You could have taken everything. You could have wiped us out. Why did you stop?" The officer stared at him. Then he answered, "Because we are not like you." The transmission ended, and the overlord knew, at that moment, that the humans were something far more dangerous than conquerors. They were asterisk asterisk judges asterisk asterisk. Hashtag 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 asterisk asterisk. A message to the stars asterisk asterisk. On Earth, the Supreme Commander stood before a camera, broadcasting a message across the galaxy. Every empire, every leader, every species heard the words that followed. "We did not start this war, but we ended it." His eyes were hard, unshaken. "We were silent for centuries. You mistook our silence for weakness." He leaned forward. "We are silent no longer." The message ended, and across the galaxy, rulers and warriors alike sat in silence, feeling the same thing in their hearts. Asterisk asterisk fear, respect, and the knowledge that Earth was not to be underestimated ever again asterisk asterisk. Hashtag 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 asterisk asterisk. The future of humanity asterisk asterisk. On a hidden human outpost, far beyond Earth, a fleet was being prepared. It was larger than before, stronger, faster, because Earth knew the truth. The war with the Vashari was over. But others were watching. Others were waiting. And next time, the enemy might be even stronger. Humanity had proven its strength, but the real test was yet to come.